sometimes when I go to these fights, dude, even though the UFC fighters, like a lot of these guys, they're just not elite. You know what I mean? They're not elite. They fight just to fight. They throw just to throw. You know what I mean? It's like you can tell when somebody has a game plan. Somebody doesn't. Like Kamaru Usman, he had a game plan. It's unfortunate what happened, at the end. But at least he had a game plan going in there. You know what I mean?
I mean, honestly, I'm still shocked. I'm shocked. I thought he had it in the back. 50 seconds left, and then that left high kick, insane. I mean, I went back home because we talk a lot about game planning.
Yeah.
Game planning, I mean, the whole thing with your fight IQ and the distance management and, just being prepared. And Usman came in really, really prepared. I was just shocked.
Yeah, your IQ is, what is it that you do at that appointed time? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not the information that you know, it's what reactions do you have in that split of a second? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the IQ. Like, do you have the ability not just to follow a game plan, but to make decisions at that appointed time? Like, you know what I mean? So with your fight with your car, like, you really do need a game plan. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to make those split decisions. Okay, this is where I'm gonna go. This is where I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
You push the pace. You push the pace with that dude, and then you can break him, man. But anyways, it's not. This thing is not about. It's just, the lessons that you take. The lessons that you take from this whole fight card. You'll probably take more of what not to do than what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And as much as I love watching Paulo Costa fight, I see the holes. I see the things that you're talking about with the distance management, fight IQ, being calculated,
understanding your threshold, understanding your gas tank.
Yeah.
Like, he was throwing like those roundhouse kicks, and those are just not good, because the same thing with Luke. They're throwing that's a lot of energy to expend. That's a lot of energy to throw. For what? You know what I mean? Like, take your chances with your hands. Take your chances when trying to invest and catch this. Yeah. Or what Leon did. Southpaw through that right hand and then snuck it up with that kick. He got Kamaru Usman to lean to the side. And I kept saying it when I was watching that fight. I'm like, Kamaru disconnects his head too much away from his hands. And when you disconnect your head too much away from your hands, there's openings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's openings, and I think that's kind of what. And when I was talking about he was disconnecting his head away from too much from his hands, I was talking about when he would get Leon to the cage. That's too much disconnection. You almost want to hear, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then it so happened to be that when he did disconnect, he went this way. Look at the big disconnection of the hands. Boom. This is why, to me, like, the most dangerous kicks are the ones that go up the middle. Front kick.
Front kick.
Yeah. The front kick, yeah. You catch the chicken, you won't be able to see it. You know
Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson kick.
Yeah. Actually, honestly, I could see that one, but I'm talking about more like when Lyoto Machida caught Vitor Belfort, or when Anderson Silva caught Vitor Belfort.
Oh, yeah.
Boom! No telegraphing in it, just straight from point A to point B. Bah! You know? I think to me those are like the biggest takeaways. I thought Kamaru did a good job, besides that. I think he was fighting the perfect fight. Just flaws that he has to kind of get away from. But I think other than that, dude.
Where I'm getting a little confused in the whole MMA universe is the difference between winning and being exciting. Because we talk about winning, right? But being exciting is just such a big part of it. And having a great game plan, just executing, being methodic, being disciplined, going in there and winning. That's not the same as being exciting. So I think that's the whole, because I see a lot of fighters. I take home a lot of learning points, especially what we talked about. But the difference between winning and being exciting, I think there's a gap there, because being exciting also involves taking risks where you don't have to take risks.
Yeah, but it's like this though too. It's like fighting is a dance, you know? It's a dance, you gotta participate in the dance. But it's a dance of counter fighting for both. Even though you're offensive with your opponent, it's still counter, because you're countering the dance. You don't want to be too away from the guy because then you lose opportunities, nor do you want to be too close where you're gonna get burned. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the more you understand the concept of position, composure, and distance, the more you'll be a lot more comfortable on when to strike, when to deliver, when to do all that other stuff. But you have to partake in the dance. If you don't partake in the dance, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Not getting too far away.
Not getting too far away or not getting too close.
Yeah.
Just right. You know?
Knowing the borders.
Knowing the borders.
Yeah.
Knowing the borders. But at the same time, it's like it's a certain press that you have. Doesn't mean you got to be like this on them, but if you get them thinking the whole time, when you get somebody thinking the whole time, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, what's he gonna do? Oh, and your fakes have gotten better too.
Man, I think this was what a way to start a 10-week fight camp.
Yeah. You're there, Mark. Mark, there's one thing that you have, dude, above everybody, dude, is your experience, bro, of winning and going against the highest competitions of wrestling the unknown, and you know, and doing it. You gotta take that same experience and use it in fighting, having the ability to be a chameleon and be able to adapt. Because there's times when the game plan may not be working. Do you have the IQ to adapt to whatever it is that's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exciting. Let's wrap it up with a game of Uno. It's time to play some Uno.
Let's get it. Let's get your Uno on.
Yes.
What, you didn't say Uno? Did you say Uno?
What? Hey, you didn't say Uno?
Yeah, I did.
Is that?
I did.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm
Hey,
out, dude.
Cheating afterwards.
Hey.
I'm out, man. If I can't win, I ain't playing,
He
dude.
admits to cheating. Who admits to cheating?
I like it, dude. Cheat to win, baby. So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdowns, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!